Hi there readers, I've come out for the very last light in my garden of a slightly damp and overcast Sunday afternoon. I don't know where that summer's gone, although when the clouds clear it's really beautiful, isn't it? But I've got my cup of tea and I've got my book as we go into the last section of Mel Robbins' The High Five Habit. It's time now for us to join the dots in these sections of this book. And I've said before, I like this book because Mel Robbins starts with this one simple action and she tells us why it's a good thing to do. And now, as we work through the final sections of the book, we begin to put it all into context. We started high-fiving, well, mainly because Mel told us to. We were perhaps also curious about the things that she said, and also there was some research. There was some compelling evidence to get us started. So what now? We've been high-fiving for a little while now. Why? What are we doing it for? Well, remember the dreams that you may have left by the roadside on page 69? Remember asking yourself, what do you want your life to look like? Or what don't you want it to look like on page 127? It's now time to connect your high five habit to your dreams. So I'm going to read some sections. There's quite a few little short sections. There wasn't one big piece that I thought was especially important in this last section of the book, but quite a few. So I'm going to be skipping parts, because lots of what Mel tells us, she weaves into a story of her own. So I'm going to kind of pick out the core pieces of that. So hopefully you'll be able to keep up if you are reading along. So I'm starting on page 170. Life sucks at times. When you feel like you just can't catch a break, no matter how hard you try, you just have to keep going. This mantra, you have to trust that there is something amazing happening that you can't see right now, is like your own personal half-time locker room speech. Have a good cry and then dust yourself off and keep fighting for what you want. If you give up on you. You must tell yourself that something better is coming and keep going. And in that moment, that's what I did. This is mentally what it looked like to high-five yourself forward. Every day I assured myself that my hard work would be rewarded and that something I couldn't see was in store for me. All I needed to do was to be patient and persistent, and it would be revealed. The more I practiced this high five attitude, the more I believed it. Tom Bilyeu and my stress diarrhea. Fast forward 2 weeks and I'm in Los Angeles, about to appear on Tom Bilyeu's YouTube show, Impact Theory. I need this interview to go well. By the time this interview gets posted on YouTube for Tom's millions of fans, the book should be available. I should feel excited. I should be grateful that Tom has asked me to be on his show. But do you know how I feel? I feel like I'm going to have stress diarrhea. I feel like something's about to go wrong because everything else has. And that's why it's critical you watch your mind like a hawk. Once you allow yourself to worry about one thing, you'll start worrying about other things. Lint is tiny, but it builds. On to page 173. As Tom started listing my accomplishments, all I could think about was how bad the book sales had been, and the imposter syndrome I felt at that moment was visceral. I didn't belong there. I wasn't good enough. It felt like being in middle school and being called on when everyone was staring at you. What's she going to say? I thought, this is preparing me for something amazing. Just be yourself. I walked out, gave him a hug, and then Tom called me the master of motivation. I laughed at the title, and the 4 words I responded with changed my career. Motivation is complete garbage. Tom leaned in. Why do you say it's garbage? And then I went off and just said exactly what I believe millions of people struggle with. At some point, we all bought into this lie that you've got to feel ready in order to change. You think what's missing is motivation, and that's not true. Because of the way that our minds are wired, the fact about human beings is that we are not designed to do things that are uncomfortable or scary or difficult. Our brains are designed to protect us from those things because our brains are trying to keep us alive. And in order to change in any way that really matters, to build a business, to be the best parent, the best spouse, to do all those things that you want to do with your life, with your work, with your dreams, you're going to have to do things that are difficult, uncertain, or scary, which sets up this problem for all of us. You are never going to feel like doing it. Motivation is garbage. Always say what you believe. Your real opinion is more interesting than what you think people want to hear. And then on to page 176. The purpose of any dream is to provide the fuel that drives you and the map that shows you the direction to head. It may or may not lead to the destination you think it will, but the finish line is not the point. My dream of making a list is what drove me, but achieving it was not the purpose of that dream. When you are able to trust that all your hard work is leading you somewhere, you will create miracles in your life. And in some cases, like mine, the miracles you create aren't even the ones that you imagined. I didn't achieve my dream of being a New York Times bestseller. Something even better happened. I learned the importance of not giving up. I learned an entirely new and innovative business model as an author. It led to a partnership with Audible. I created 4 new audio book titles in a matter of 2 years. None of that was even on my radar, and all of it was only made possible by chasing a dream I never achieved. Keep going, find your amazing ending. Your life will take you to remarkable places if you believe in your abilities and encourage yourself to keep moving forward. Life is going to test you, but if you give up your timeline of when you'll achieve a dream and you show up in the mirror every day and maintain that high five attitude, you will eventually end up where you were meant to be. And if you don't achieve the goal you were working towards, it's because you weren't supposed to, and life has something so much better in store for you. Something amazing. Believe that. Your life is teaching you something. It always is. Everything, and I mean absolutely everything, is preparing you for what's coming next. That high five you give to the person in the mirror every morning is training yourself to trust that. Because if you are still breathing, there's still time. So keep going. Most people get manifesting wrong because they try to visualize and conjure the end result: winning the ski race or the Oscar, losing £50, or having $1 million in the bank. Manifesting done wrong can keep you stuck, because while big dreams are amazing and you need to have them, manifesting the end result will not help you achieve them. Manifesting done right will help you make your dreams come true, or at least help you do the work. Neuroscience research has shown that visualization makes it easier to work on your goals and dreams because it changes your reticular activating system to spot opportunities that match that picture you just created in your head. But research out of UCLA shows us that in order to make visualization really help you achieve your goals, you need to visualize yourself doing the hard, annoying, small steps along the way to reaching your dreams. That's because brain scans have shown that we stimulate the same brain regions when we visualize ourselves performing an action as when we actually perform that same action. So you can mentally rehearse your future behaviors. Visualizing an action leads you to being more likely to follow through on that action. Remember, it's our actions that get results. Manifesting confidence means you have to envision yourself doing all the small, annoying steps along the way, not just basking in the blaze of victory at the finish line. This is about getting your nervous system and your mind's filter ready to take action. When you visualize the actions you need to take, you socialize your mind and body to those feelings, and you tell your reticular activating system hard work is important. Visualize yourself running in the rain. Here's how it works. If you want to manifest a big dream of running the Boston Marathon, yes, write down that dream every day. To achieve it, however, don't visualize yourself crossing the finish line and the roaring applause of the crowd. Visualize yourself lacing up your running shoes when it's 10 degrees out. Close your eyes and picture what it's going to feel like to be out there running mile 13 on your own because your earbuds just ran out of batteries. Feel in your body the sensation of the alarm going off at 5 a.m. and you're exhausted, and you look out the window and see it's pouring and you start running in the rain. If your dream is to run a business that brings in 6 figures a month, don't visualize the money hitting your account. Visualize what it feels like to be writing a blog post exhausted at midnight after the kids are asleep. Close your eyes and feel with every fiber of your being hanging up the phone after being told no on yet another sales call. Then see yourself pick up the phone and dial the next number. If your dream is to have a loving, healthy relationship beyond what you've ever known, you'd better visualize yourself making that dating profile and going on some bad dates. Visualize how it feels to be in therapy, doing the hard work to heal yourself and get rid of the codependent patterns that led you into bad relationships in the past. That is how you make those massive, incredible dreams of yours come true. When the moment comes, your whole being is ready for it. When the day of your 13-mile training run shows up and it's 5 a.m. and 10 degrees, and you are staring at yourself in the bathroom mirror, you won't talk yourself out of it because you've already visualized and socialized your mind to this moment. You'll raise your hand to your reflection and be ready. 13 miles, 10 degrees, I can do this, let's go. If you want to manifest a painting, you do exactly what I did. Picture yourself working hard to make the money to buy it, saving money each month, buying a frame, the little things along the way. In my case, I was encoding the possibility into my mind by thinking about it and allowing myself to imagine what those steps would feel like as I took them. Then we're moving into page 205 and 206. Your mind is designed to help you achieve your dreams. Trust is a major component of that. Trusting in yourself, your abilities, and in the divine nature of things. That everything in your life is preparing you for something that hasn't happened yet. You may not be able to see how all the dots connect on the map of your life, but they do indeed connect. You might not fall in love with someone at the bar tonight, or hit the bestseller list this time, or win the election, or land the funding from that VC firm, or get into the master's program you wanted. The point isn't to get to things when you want them. It's to allow all those things that you want to pull you forward through your fears and doubts and resignation. Your dreams teach you how to believe in something greater. They teach you to believe in yourself and your ability to make anything happen. So trust that. Trust in yourself and your ability to rise to this challenge. Cheer yourself forward and take care of yourself along the way. And every morning, as you stand face to face with yourself, just take a moment to smile, knowing that at some point in this beautiful life of yours, it will all make perfect, even magical sense. And as you raise your hand to your reflection, without uttering a word, say, I believe in you, I love you, now keep going because something amazing is coming.